Hello guys, Techmaster back with another video. So today we're going to be comparing the iPhone 12 and the iPhone 13 Pro Max. I just got this phone. I announced it on YouTube my last video. So today we're going to be comparing that and this my mom's iPhone 13. So both these phones are really good. The 13 Pro Max is bigger, as you can see, and way taller. It has a 6.7 screen versus a 6.1. They're both amazing phones, though, and extremely powerful. This does have a 60 hertz display, whereas this has a 120 hertz, but they're both extremely powerful and efficient. So if we do something like Spotify, as you can see, super similar. I think the iPhone 12 actually had that in that case. But yeah, as you can see, very, very similar performance in terms of basic applications. Let me go to camera. That pretty much was first. So yeah, a couple differences. We don't have a telephoto camera on my 12, but that's totally fine. I do not need a telephoto. I can still zoom into 5x. I can do ultra wide on the front camera and the night mode. I've actually showed that already, so I'm not gonna worry about that. And then on here, we do have a telephoto camera, so we can zoom into 15x, which is actually insane. Obviously, I don't need that, but that's just what I can do. And then same, night mode on all the cameras, cool, same thing. Both these do have night mode on all of their cameras, so, like, obviously we're missing a telephoto, but they still have night mode on all of the cameras that they have, so, yeah. And then, yeah, so, again, we have, similar, and then let's talk about the cameras quickly. So, we have, we've already talked about this. As you can see, we have a little bit bigger sensors on the 13, but that's totally fine. And then we have stainless steel on the 13 Pro Max, and it's noticeably heavier than the iPhone 12. The iPhone 12 is about 165 grams, is about 240 grams, so it's noticeably heavier, especially with this case on. It's super big and heavy, the 13 Pro Max, so it is noticeably heavier. And then, again, we have aluminum on the iPhone 12, 6.1-inch screen on the 12, 6.7-inch on the... There isn't too big of a difference. I don't love these massive phones, so this is actually the perfect size for me. The 12 is like the perfect size for me. I love this phone. It's so good. And like I said, I would highly recommend not upgrading from a 12 to a 13 Pro Max. There's going to be very little differences. The iPhone 12 and 13 are like literally the exact same phone. If you get a standard 13, no difference at all. Not even a performance increase, because the 13 has a slightly higher clocked GPU, so it gets a new 5-core GPU instead of a 4-core on the standard 13. The Pro Max and Pro have that. And, but yeah, otherwise, no difference at all from the 12 to the 13, except battery life, but that's it. Otherwise, same thing. So, I would highly recommend not upgrade under any startup app. If you do, I'm going to be disappointed in you, and that would be a very bad choice. Yeah, if you have a 12, keep it, 100%. So, as you can see, scrolling is smoother on this. Obviously, it has a higher refresh rate. But yeah, they both have 5G. They both have millimeter wave, too. They have millimeter wave, so that's really nice. Again, this has a much smoother refresh rate, the 13 Pro Max. It is noticeably smoother. It does have the 120 hertz, like I mentioned before, so scrolling is really quick compared to the slightly slower 60 hertz. But yeah, anyway, it's not a big deal, though. If you're not used to 120 hertz, it'll be totally fine. So, yeah, I mean, now we're going to run some opening app games and stuff like that. So we're going to run a couple speed tests between that. Again, let's see. So I'm going to check what games I have on here. And then, all right, so we did Spotify. What else do I... Hold on, everyone. Excuse me for a moment. I need to check what games we have on here. And then... All right, we got that. So first, I'm going to open up, I think, Pixelgun 3D. Sorry, excuse that for a second. That was just my brother texting. He's at camp. Anyway, let's get into Pixelgun 3D right now. So 3, 2, 1. Excuse me. Strange. The 13 might crash. I don't know. But that was impressive, though, because this phone actually has a slightly slower chip and less RAM, as you'll see in the Geekbench, but that's impressive. I don't know if that. Let me retry that because I think I need to refresh that and then see how that does. Now let's retry it with both of them, because sometimes it takes a little bit for the 13 to. All right, let's refresh. 3, 2, 1. Okay, that was pretty close. But as you can see, very similar. No difference, at all. See? Very similar, as you can see. So very similar every day-to-day performance. So, see, I would not upgrade just for the performance boost at all. Under any circumstances, do not upgrade. Yeah. Now we're going to open up Minecraft. Let me refresh both of them. Hopefully they're not opened, but... yeah, I mean... that. Alright, let's do Minecraft 3, 2, 1. No, fuck. Shit. No, not the track. Sorry, everyone. Let me refresh that. I got a shitty pop-up in the thing, so that was just disruptance. 3, 2, 1. Actually, the 12 was faster. But yeah, as you can see, some things are actually faster on the 12. I don't know if it's because, there's, yeah, I don't know, actually. It could be just because there could be, a performance limit or something. I don't even know. But, yeah, so this phone, my mom got it in December, so it could be slowing down a little. Who knows? But, anyway, I'm not going to worry about that. Let's see, what other games do I have on here? Oh, yeah, Among Us. I'll load that. But yeah, as you can see, the very similar performance, as you can see. So let's go in here, Among Us. Well, that works. But yeah, you get the idea. Very similar. There's no difference at all. So, no difference. Cancel, don't really care. Hey, get out of here. Okay, there. Close out of there. Now, okay, so we've compared all that. Then we have aluminum here. The 12, again, is much lighter, as you can see. Lighter as in, weight-wise. We have a nicer, I feel nicer. All right, let's just get into Geekbench now. I'm going to run a speed test, or a time-lapse test to see how long these take to finish. And yeah, let's get right into it. So I'm going to open up Geekbench, if I can find it. Let's do Geekbench. All right, so as you can see, the iPhone 13 Pro Max is an A15 Bionic chip with 6 gigabytes of RAM. This has the A14 Bionic chip with 4 gigabytes of RAM. So as you can see, there is a slight RAM difference, but otherwise performance is pretty similar overall. So, oh, my bad, didn't mean to close out of it. But, all right, let's run the CPU test. I'll stop when it finishes. All right, guys, we're back. And this is crazy, actually. So, well, actually, not that crazy. I don't know why I said that. So, we're not actually, as you can see, we're very little performance difference. So, we have 1,729 on the single core for the 13 Pro Max and 1,582 for the 12. On the multi-core, we have 4,688 and 4,073 on the 12. And as you can see, the multi-core, we are actually way ahead of a normal 12. The 12 Pro actually got around this score, so we're actually way ahead. And we're also ahead on the single core. But yeah, as you can see, like I mentioned, very little performance increase. At least for single core and multi-core. As you can see, we're getting a 10% improvement or something on the single core and maybe 30% on the multi. But you know what I mean? I don't know the exact. I'm pretty terrible with this kind of, percentage points. But anyway, very little performance increase, as you can see. Now let's run the metal test. I will run that, and I'll stop when it finishes, everyone. Well, actually, let me go to it first. I'll stop when it finishes. All right, guys, we have our scores back, and this is actually surprising. So, well, I've actually tested this 13 Pro Max before. Let's see. We are... okay, that's pretty much ahead, and, pretty much average iPhone 12, cool. But yeah, we're actually getting a big this is a big difference, actually, but not big enough to upgrade, I would say. Like, this is a surprising result. I think it's because we have more RAM in the ProMotion display. It makes it a little faster and stuff. But yeah, it's mostly like the RAM, I think, because we have 6 GB on the the 13 Pro Max and the Pro. That's because again, I haven't mentioned this yet, or I may have, but basically Apple does a chip. They make it slightly better, so they do like a minor increase and then a big increase, minor increase, big increase. So for example, the A11 chip to the A12, that was the first 7 nanometer chip. Then we had the A13, minor upgrade. A14, first 5 nanometer chip. A15, minor upgrade. And then this coming year, when the iPhone 14s come out, we'll have a better performance increase, like a, who knows, 3 nanometer chip, I don't know. Better performance increase. So it basically goes like that, basically. So as you can see, we have 9,463 on the 12 and 14,533 on the 13 Pro Max. So again, this is actually a pretty big performance increase, but definitely not enough to upgrade, like I mentioned. Very small upgrade worthy. Okay, and they're both at the same power. Just checking the power. Again, the 12 is my phone, and to be honest, I've had no performance issues at all with this phone, so do not upgrade for that case, just so you know. Very small upgrade, performance upgrade. Like the A14 chip in this is crazy fast still. Like, is almost unbeatable. Like, it's actually insane how powerful this phone is. And yeah, our phones now are just insanely powerful. So you do not have to upgrade just for one little tiny performance difference. That's a dumb decision. But don't get me wrong, the 13 Pro Max does have a higher metal score for sure, but not enough to, I would say, get an upgrade. So again, and I think the 12, to be honest, is a nicer phone, but the 13 Pro Max is definitely a better phone, but I think this is a nicer phone. Like, I mean, it looks nicer, and newer isn't always better. Keep that in mind. Usually it is for Apple, but, like, there's not reason to upgrade. Anyway, that's it for that. So again, that was a pretty big difference, but like, kind of interesting, I guess. I'm going to close out all my applications. I'm going to close that out. I'm going to close out some background activity because we don't really need that stuff open. Okay, again, like I said, a couple things were actually faster for my 12, so we'll do that. And then, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. If you guys liked it, give me a comment and subscribe. Yeah, that pretty much sums it up, and see you guys later.